Hey guys, in this video I want to give you a quick walkthrough and demo of the new Journalist AI software. Now what this is it is a software that will write articles for your website, write articles for your business, all of it using AI. So obviously there's a lot of these tools out there. So we're kind of going to go over what makes Journalist different and actually some of the things I really like about their software. So I'm just in the dashboard of the software here. So of course we can generate articles for our site, but they do have some other pretty cool advanced features as well. They have auto blogs, which will basically automatically post your content to your blog. So you can essentially have your blog completely running on autopilot for you. They also have a bunch of integrations you can use. So if I click new integration, you can see they have WordPress, Shopify, Ghost, Wix, Webflow, Blogger, Zapier, and also external API. So they have a lot of different tools you can hook up to the software as well, again, just to make things easier for you. They have indexers to help you get your articles indexed in Google. So that's another great feature to use. They also have publications. So again, with this, once you hook up one of the integrations, it'll actually go ahead and kind of keep a list here of all the content you've published. So it's just nice to have that there and kind of see all the different content that has been created. We have keyword monitors. So basically with the keyword monitor, it's going to constantly go look for keywords with high ranking potential that would work well for your site. It'll list those and then you can go ahead and generate articles based off those keywords. And again, like it says here, if you have your auto blog, it's going to automatically post those for you. We can also automatically post any content we create to social media profiles. So that's another great option to have. And again, it'll kind of keep it hands off for you. They have a build links feature, which is actually really helpful if your site already has a ton of content on it, because what it'll do is it'll go out there and it'll update old articles with new relevant links. So kind of refresh those articles and get new links on there that are more up to date if it's, an older article. So that's some of those features. Really what I want to focus on is generating content. So with their software, it's a little different than some of the other ones I've tried. So for generation method, we can use the standard keyword, which is something I usually use. We can also generate an article based off a title. So you can give the article a title and it'll actually create that article for you. We can do description. So basically give it a brief description of what we want. It'll create the article for us. And then we also have that keyword monitor. So again, if you have that turned on, it's going to be creating a list of high ranking potential keywords, and then you can automatically go ahead and create articles for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the keyword method. And the keyword I'm going to use is best 5-wood for mid handicappers. So I have a website that focuses on golf product reviews. I have a lot of knowledge in the subject, so I kind of want to use something related to that because I'll have a good idea of gauging how well it wrote the content just because I have a good background in that. So that is kind of a low competition keyword I found that I'm going to test out with this software. So when we get into the article itself, we have a ton of options to really customize the article that we're going to get. So obviously we can choose language, target country. We can gauge the creativity. So do we want it creative original or really correct factual? For this, I'm just going to keep that right in the middle. We have a tone of voice, point of view. So basically is it first person, kind of using we, us, our, first person singular, second person, or third person. So I'm going to leave that on automatic, let it determine that for me. And we also have custom instructions for how to create the article. So, the example they give is short and punchy, so if you kind of want a straight to the point article, you can do that. If you want a more detailed, drawn out article, you can do that as well. Next, we have knowledge. Now for knowledge, one of the cool things is we can go ahead and connect to the web, which is basically they'll search Google for similar topics to generate more up-to-date content. So that is great to have. And then if we do create our own knowledge bases, we can use one of those as well. Now for formatting, we can have bold, italics, tables, quotes. One thing for me is I usually like to turn off the bold because a lot of content generators I use, there's just way too much bold in the article. So I like that I'm able to turn that off. So I'm going to disable that. I don't need italics. If there's tables it creates, I definitely want those, and quotes are great as well. Next, we have structure. So this is kind of another cool feature. If there's certain calls to action you want in the article, you can basically put those in there. And in the article, it will create a call to action for your website. So if you're promoting a product you sell or a service you sell, this is great to make sure your call of action is automatically added to each article. And then for structure, we also have key takeaways, which I always enable because that's going to add the key takeaways at the beginning of the article. And that's something specifically Google has mentioned that they like to see. They don't like an article where it's based on a question and you make the user go through 2,000 words to finally get the answer. They want them to be able to get the answer right away and then read on from there. So I always leave the key takeaways on. I'm going to leave the conclusion and the frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions are always great to get some extra low competition keywords into your article. And then we have the article size. I'm going to leave it at medium, and automated headings, I'm going to leave those on. If I wanted to, I could map out the entire article myself. I'm going to let them do that. We also have internal linking, which is great. You can enter your sitemap. It'll crawl your sitemap to get all the pages on your site, and then it'll automatically, where relevant, put links to other pages on your site into the article. So that's something I would always recommend using. And then you can also specify the link density in here as well. Then we have external linking. So if there are certain pages you want this article to link to, authorities on the topic or even other websites you own, you can add those in here. I'm going to leave that disabled for external links. I like to add my own and just put a couple in there. For images, we have stock images, Google Images, or custom images. Custom images are ones you create. Obviously, Google and stock are self-explanatory. For me, I'm going to use AI images, and I'm going to use Stable Diffusion for this one. I just personally think it creates some better. And then we have the featured image and the in-article images. I'm going to turn those both on. And lastly, we have videos. I'm going to go ahead and test this out. So I'm going to enable some automated YouTube videos that are relevant to my content. And then we can actually also say, how many articles do you want written on this? So for this example, simply just one. So you can see there's a lot of customization available inside Journalist AI. We can really get specific on the type of article we want created. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and generate the article, and then we can take a look at the content it provides. All right, so my content has been created. So you'll see we can take a look at it. So again, top 5 woods recommended for mid handicappers. Now, a couple things right out the gate. I absolutely love that it created a table of contents for me. Most of the other tools I've used have not done that. So that is excellent. I really like that feature. Again, those key takeaways, which Google loves to see. I'll mention again, they don't want you to make someone read 2,000 words to get to the answer. They want the answer right away. And then if people are interested, they can read on. So I absolutely love that they put the key takeaways, which in this case, it's just those top 5. So somebody clicks on this listing, they come to my page and they get their answers right there out the gate above the fold. That is an excellent feature to have. So as far as the content I created, again, I play a ton of golf. I'm pretty obsessed with it. And I can tell you that these top 5 is a very good list. Those are right where it should be. You'll see my first image, not relevant. Again, that's not the software's fault. That is more Stable Diffusions. I think it was probably trying to create an image based off this Sim 2 Max, which it probably had no idea was, and it created a car. So let's kind of look through here. Again, I like the formatting. If we scroll down here, we obviously have the Sim 2, we have the key features. I do like this little part here that it pointed out, kind of, a little highlight of the product, which is great. It did give me a chart that lists out the performance data. And then as we keep going, it's going to repeat that process for each of the products. So all of those look really good. Again, my first takeaway and the thing I like the most is the formatting it did. It's not just paragraphs listed out. It actually formatted a great looking blog post for me, which honestly is going to save a ton of time and something I really do appreciate about this. Now we have the conclusion. We have our frequently asked questions, which again are all answered there. So really this did create some great content. Again, my favorite feature would be that it did all of this different formatting to make this article look a lot better for me. If we look over here, it's created my title. It has my meta description. I always love when it creates a meta description for me. It just saves a little more time. Again, AI images on something like this are never going to be great, but that's not really an issue with the software. That's more with just AI image generation overall. So again, from here, I could just go to my integration, select my website, and hit send, and it'll go ahead and post that on my site. So again, I really do like the content it has created. What's making it, for me, stand out from others is the formatting that it did for me. I love that it's all set up and it's already in a great looking article for me. So I don't have to go into WordPress and add all the things to make it look a little better. So I would definitely rate this as one of the best AI content generators I've used. If I was running a site, which I have several that are strictly based on promoting Amazon products, for me, I would still stick with Koala Writer just because that software automatically inserts your Amazon products for you with your affiliate link, which is a giant time saver. So for me, if I'm writing an article just based off promoting Amazon products, I would stick with Koala Writer. But quite frankly, if I'm generating more standard content where I'm not worried about promoting Amazon products, I think this does create better formatted articles than Koala Writer, and I would highly recommend it. So again, depending on your needs, this could really be one of your best options. Now, with Journalist AI, you can go to their website, and I'll put a link below the video for this. You can simply pop in your email and get 3 free articles. So, go ahead, try it for yourself, see if it works for you. But for me, I'm very, very impressed. Something I will definitely be using in my business. And I'd highly recommend you go check them out.